I'm out of sight of the yellow jackets that have taken over my yard and my wood cutting area. I know you know all about it. They're over there, and I can't see them from here. F***ing bees. Yeah, all right. Grab it and chew it. I've got slides, photos in carousel trays beginning in about 1966 all the way up through about 2003, at which time I switched over to film, Fuji color, print film, and it was about 5 years after that that I went digital. But I have been keeping those slide trays in the loft where it's the warmest. It's time that I move them all down to the bedroom against an inside wall. A few days ago I was told in a roundabout way that the family cabin, the 40 acres, has sold. I don't feel much about that at all. I'm very shocked that I don't feel any grief of loss. This is just like old times for us. Just like 2 months ago when we'd come down here most every evening for a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. And I really regret that I didn't discover doing that until June, when the heyday of chaotic natural world activity was coming to a slowdown. So next year, if there's any water in this pond, my God, how can there not be water in this pond? Well, I understand it for now, but if we go through a winter with very little snow and this thing does not fill back up, that's scary. All right, in the house. God, it's beautiful. How have we gone from 96 degrees, 101 degrees, just a few short days ago? It's wonderful. We got rain coming. A major mass of wet. I didn't look all the way over as far west as it went, but it looks to be at least 2/3 the size of Minnesota, moving slowly our way. We're walking to the mailbox where there's a birthday card from my youngest. She called me this morning, totally mortified that she had forgotten to call me yesterday. I mean, she knew about it, my birthday. She and the family were, well, being a family, they were going here and there and lots on their agenda on a Sunday, so I knew she'd feel bad. She's, of the three, she's the one who is most keenly tuned in about birthdays. Not that the other two are not, but my youngest feels it most strenuously. She's a good kid. Dark sky. It's warm today. Well, yeah, I say warm. Now I gotta make sure everybody understands that's a relative term compared to a month ago. If I said it was warm, it would have been in the upper 80s. Now when I say it's warm, it's 68. I don't want to walk through there. There's a nest of infidels I discovered a week or two ago. Look at this green grass, lush, thick. You know, I walked around my yard this morning with the camera. I had seen, of all the gopher mounds out there, I saw one last night that there was an entrance right at the very verge of the mound. Well, which way do I go? That way? Yeah, let's take the scenic route. God, I was looking at video I made in 2010, and there she is, chasing the ball, being extremely quick and aggressive. She looked a lot like she does right now, and God, it's hard to imagine that that's 11 years ago. I like intelligence. You know that. I've talked about the intelligence of the natural world. It's not where I'm going here. I'm going to unnatural intelligence, artificial intelligence. I haven't found many artificial things that I genuinely look up to. If it's artificial, it's fake. It's not real. It's pretend, trying to be something that it's not. Although, reading in my Cook's Country magazine a month or two ago, they had tasted real vanilla and compared it with baker's imitation vanilla. You can get it in a 4-ounce bottle? Huge amount for 98 cents. And it turns out that their review of it, their testing of it, they actually liked it more than real vanilla extract. Well, it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Well, if you know vanilla at all, you know that there's a tiny, like a 1-ounce bottle that runs maybe $4 or $5. The old standby, I've always used that. It's always been fine. But Cook's Country rated baker's imitation. I like the word imitation almost as much as I like the word artificial, euphemistically dodging the truth. But baker's vanilla, they liked even more than real vanilla. So that aside, I'm going to continue my artificial rant, tirade, shout. Artificial intelligence. I've got a weather app, AccuWeather. One app is as good as another as far as I'm concerned. As far as the radar and the weather forecast, those all come from the National Weather Service. So you can't really go wrong, other than when AccuWeather has on their main front page of the app, they have a dial. And if the dial has little yellow nodules on it, it will tell you when it's going to be raining and when it's not over the next 60 minutes. It's a gimmick. It's for show. It's made just to be a showpiece. But it's not true. It's not accurate. It's not real. And I don't know how many times I've looked at the radar or looked at yep, it's going to rain it's raining and will be raining for the next 13 minutes. Then I go look at the radar, yep, green, covering my location right where I'm at. But it's not raining. It hasn't rained. There is no rain. In this case, they are using the weather radar. If the computer sees that it's green in this area, they claim that it's raining there. And it's not. 50% of the time, it's evaporating before it gets to us. Well, in this case, if somebody like me were to look out the door, open the door and look out and see it's not raining, you would call them up immediately and say, it's not raining. Eliminate that you're saying it's raining. But they're not using real human intelligence other than programming a computer's algorithms to see what's not true. That's the problem I have with artificial intelligence, imitation intelligence. It does not work. And what about if NORAD detected incoming ballistic missiles in the same way, using their artificial intelligence? Holy crap, we got 6 intercontinental ballistic missiles headed our way. You can see them on the radar here. They're 500 miles out, aiming right for Omaha. And they would launch retaliatory missiles, and the Earth would end. I know this is a real stretch, but in a way it's not. How much artificial intelligence, more and more, are we depending on to make decisions, life and death decisions, for mankind? I'll just end it there. There's so many little cul-de-sacs and detours I could aim off with, build this even further out, but I don't want to right now. Jesus Christ. Well, I want to walk out ATV loop trail before we get rain. I wanted to get some rain while I'm out here, but then the moment it begins to rain, I'm going to want to get back inside. Yeah. Very quiet. Well, the air, I mean. Calm before the storm. The radio keeps saying we're going to have possible severe weather. Is that arriving later? I hear raindrops. You probably can't hear them over the highway noise. This is almost as exciting for me as when it begins to snow and you're waiting for it. You know it's coming. Especially if you're out walking out in the woods. And then, oh, you see a flake. Oh, it's beginning. You see another flake and more flakes, and over a few minutes it begins to snow heavier and larger, and it's silent. That's the most wonderful thing for me about snow. It's so quiet, like on mouse feet. Well, she's not hurting. I hate that about dogs. They don't have any way to tell you when they're in pain and how severe the pain is. And canines are very good at hiding it. That's the natural world. They don't want to exhibit that they're in pain or they are targeted by their prey. I was reading about from the county, they send out a monthly newsletter. One of their articles was how to prevent your drain field from freezing up in the winter. That's exactly what I've been thinking about. This is the holding tank here. And then the line runs up there, drain field back there. And they said you can cover the drain field and the lines that run from the house, cover them with straw. But Jesus, that would take a lot of straw coming out from, you can see a white thing right in there. That's where the line out of the house comes down right where I'm standing into the holding tank, and the pump then pumps it up to the drain field. Well, that would take a lot of straw. They said you can do a load of laundry once a day using hot water. No, I'd rather just get snow. This is autumnal gold. It looks almost, well, it's the right time of year, and it looks almost like I remember it. Only not as gold, not as autumnal. Look at the beautiful grass. That's all popped up since we got our first rain a couple weeks ago. And look at the terrace, or the slope, I guess. Slides. Told you about those. This whole rack is coming out and going down in the bedroom. Trip after trip after trip. Came across this picture yesterday. That's easy. When I first got her. That's the Wisconsin River. That was my first boat. God, that was about 1997, 8. The wind is working us up to more rain. Ha ha ha. Rainy day predicted for tomorrow. 70% chance. It's the highest I've seen that for a long time. Usually it runs 40 to 50%, maybe 60. But 70, oh, yikes. 3 big ones. They're not gonna get to maturity, as in blossoms for the butterflies, which I haven't seen either. Monarchs are, well, actually I saw a monarch a couple days ago. I had assumed they were on their way south. But the little orange butterflies that are attracted to the thistle, I've not seen any of those this year, so I don't know. Why are we going to the field? Huh? What's the matter with me? You're not taking me to the field? What sort of a walk to the mailbox is this, huh? You slacker master. Wow. Yupper, that is a fully dead. Oh man, shouldn't be standing under this. You see this branch off to the side? That's the top, and it's hanging down by a thread. Ooh, that's a scary one. A false alarm. That's a bit of a scary one too. Well, it's still leafed out, but it's only being held up there by that oak it's leaning against. I'm coming. Someday I'm gonna step out of the woods like that, into this open, and see 3 moose and 5 wolves at a standoff out in the open here. And they'll see me, and all of them, 8 of them, will attack me. Once adversaries, they will gang up. But, oh yeah, that's right. I got the baseball bat out of the basement this morning. Finally remembered it. Leaned it by the door. And that worked well. That's worth a photograph. Beautiful colors, man. I could spend an hour here at that one plant. That's blackberry, by the way. Look at that. Well, you've seen the beauty of an overcast day. those blackberry leaves would not be nearly as attractive on a sunny day. You stay here. Water levels down again. That's going into wolf country. Everywhere I look now, from now through mid-October, back 20 to 30 years ago, I used to dread fall colors because it was just so overwhelming. I would almost avoid going out to photograph because it's just super saturated with possibilities. And I would see the overall, felt a raindrop. I would see possibilities, but they were so wrapped up in the possibility 3 feet away. It's everywhere, it's everywhere. Yeah. You suffering? Okay. You poor kid. You poor kid. It's not time. You look like a moose.